everyone, thank you so much for stopping by my channel and hanging out with me for another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top time-saving habits, hacks, tips and tricks to help you make the most of your time from day-to-day small activities to larger scale things that you need to devote your time to. So since this is a time-saving video, let's get straight on with the first tip. So my first hack that I have for you is a really simple one, and anyone with a smartphone or anyone with a phone can do it. And it's simply getting your phone, opening up your photo albums and starting an album called VIP. And that is for very important photos. And the thing that I like to use this for is taking photos of everything that is important that I need to remember in my life that I am more than likely to forget. And some examples of this are, for example, I save photos of my kids' current shoe size in my VIP album because when I am out and about shopping, if I'm a DFO in the Nike store, there's a ton of great things on sale. I can't for the life of me remember what my kid's current shoe size is. So if I have it saved in my phone just as a quick snap of either a shoebox of theirs or the inside showing me what their size is, I will always know what their shoe size is and I can buy the correct shoe size without wasting money like I have done in the past. This is going to save you time and money. Another example of what I have in my VIP album is a photo of my digital kitchen scales take a very specific size battery, and it's like a little round flat battery which you would think is really easy to replace, but when you go to the battery aisle in the supermarket, you are faced with a whole selection of very similar styles of this very specific battery, and only one fits my kitchen scales, and I have purchased the incorrect kind too many times. So I now have a photo of that little battery saved in my VIP album, so when I go to the store to buy it, I just have to look, check and reference it, and it is literally always there. Another example of something that I have in my VIP album is a photo of the printer cartridges that fit my home printer. So I don't buy these very often, and honestly, when I go to Officeworks to buy a replacement printer cartridge, I'm really honestly flat out remembering the type of printer and the brand of printer that I have, let alone the exact printer cartridges that fit my brand and my model printer. To save this problem, I have a photo of it snapped in my VIP album, and I'm never lost for which printer cartridge to purchase. When you are faced with a wall of choices, I can't honestly even remember if I own a Pixma, if I have an Epson, is it laser, is it bubble jet? The people ask me, I'm like, it prints in color, I know that. So it's as simple as you take a photo of your printer cartridges and it's always stored in your VIP album. So that really is a simple hack to help you save time. All you need to do is create an album on your phone and snap a few important photos. My next time-saving tip that I have for you is another simple one. It takes a little bit of time to get set up initially, but once it's done, it is going to be literally a game changer, and that is to automate everything in your life as far as you possibly can. Now, there is an obvious reason why big business pays big bucks for business automation processes to be implemented into their everyday operations, and that is simply because business automation saves time and therefore saves money. So if you are interested in saving time and saving money, you want to automate as many things in your life as possible. And one key area that you can do this to save not only time, but to potentially save money is to automate all of your bill payments. But not only to automate the payments of your bills, but to automate them in alignment with your income. So whatever your income frequency is, you want to be making sure that on the day that you are receiving your income, so your salary or your earnings or however you get paid, on that day and in accordance with that frequency, you set up your bills to be paid out of your account to your biller's account in accordance with how often you are paid and on the dates that you are paid. So if you have income coming into your account on a regular basis, be that weekly or fortnightly or monthly, whatever that frequency is, you want to align your outgoings and all of your bills with that frequency. If you've got money coming in on some days and then you have got bills that could potentially be going out literally every other day from your account, it is going to be very difficult for you to keep track of how much money is coming in and out, making sure you've got enough of a balance in your everyday savings account. You're potentially going to leave yourself open to missed bills, late payment fees. You want to be making sure that on your payday, you're paying everything out that you have to pay first of all, and then whatever is left, that's what you've got to, work with for the rest of your budget. It's super simple to set up, and there is not one provider that I've ever come across that isn't willing to set up the payment schedule on the dates that I request. So that works for car insurance, that works for home contents insurance, that works for my private health insurance, that works for my electricity and gas. So the electricity and gas, they don't direct debit me. I make a very educated guess on how much my bill will be for the period, and in accordance with my pay schedule, when that money hits my account, I have got a set of scheduled payments that just fire out to each of my bills, each of my payers. Absolutely every bill that I have to pay, it's paid on my terms and according to my schedule. So that is going to remove any risk of missed payments. It's going to be removing any risk of late payment fees. And it's certainly going to be removing any risk of dishonor fees if those direct debits are hitting my account at a time when I don't have the funds in that account to pay for them. And it has saved me a ton of time. The great thing about this is oftentimes when you actually receive your bill, you are going to be not getting a bill to pay. I like to put it slightly ahead so that when I receive a bill, I'm actually in credit for that provider. There is nothing that makes you feel better, that you are like really winning at adulting and budgeting and financing, than when you get your bills and they're actually in credit. It's an incredible feeling. So I would highly encourage you to automate your bill payments and set this up. It probably takes about an hour or so to get this set up, but it's no more than a couple of phone calls or some emails to all your providers. Make a list and just say, hey, I am focusing on my budget. You are wanting to line up your payments and your direct debits in alignment with your payday. They will be more than accommodating, I'm sure. You know what? If they're not, tell them you're going to go and find another provider. The next tip that I have for time-saving hacks, habits, tips, and tricks for you to implement is to have a dedicated digital decluttering day that is part of your broader life admin day. Now, once a month, I have a huge life admin day when I go through a whole list of things, and I'm happy to make an actual dedicated video on that because that has saved my sanity a ton. And then every week, I go through another list of things that I do just to keep on top of all of the life admin tasks that if you don't keep them in check, they can really easily creep up on you and start to, take over your life. And a couple of very easy examples that I can give you in this is your photo albums on your phone. I know that I use my phone I use my phone a ton to take photos, obviously for Instagram. I use it to film YouTube videos. I snap photos of my kids, take a ton of photos. And I know that your phone storage can run out really easily. You really need to pay attention and keep on top of keeping the number of photos that are on your phone in check. So what I like to do is I've got this template that I've got set up of a file structure in my computer, and each year I just copy that folder and it has each month of the year set up, and I set it up with 1.January, 2.February, 3.March, and so on and so forth through to December. I do this so that it is always able to be sorted in chronological order. If you don't have the 1, 2, 3 and so on, and you just have January, February, March, it gets out of order and it just flips to alphabetical order, which doesn't suit me. I like things to be in chronological order. And then once that template is set up, so I will copy that template folder and I will set it up as whichever year it is. So for 2020, copy that template folder, name it Photos 2020, and then on the last day of each month, I will go through my life admin checklist and I will copy all of the photos for that month from my phone, from my devices, and I will just dump them into that particular month. So then at least they're off my phone, they're in a nicely ordered, structured folder filing system, but it doesn't take any more effort than just pulling them off my phone and dumping them into a month folder. It is super simple. It takes hardly any time, and I'd highly recommend just spending that time, once a month, just pulling everything off your phone into a folder. That way, when you do want to find a photo, you want to find a photo of a night out that you had for a girlfriend's birthday, or you want to find a photo of your own kids on a particular date that you went out. You don't have to go through scrolling through like a year and a half worth of photos. You just go to, I know that was taken in March, so I go to the March folder. There you go, found it, quick, smart, no problems. Easy as that, but all it takes is a little effort in the setup and it will save you a ton of time in the long run. The other thing that you really need to stay on top of in terms of digital declutter is not only all the things that you download onto your own computer and keeping those filed away neatly, but also the big one that gets in the way, which is emails in your inbox. Now, I know for me, I get a ton of emails in my inbox, and if I don't keep on top of it, it can very, very quickly be up into the 500, 600, 700 emails, which is absolutely incredible and ridiculous. Spend that time, go through, unsubscribe out from the mailing list that you're no longer interested in. Make sure you keep that inbox to an acceptable level. So then again, when it does come time to find those important emails, you do have access to them that is quick, that is efficient, and you're not spending hours sifting through trying to find that email from your kid's teacher, trying to organize parent-teacher interviews, or whatever email it might be. You know what I mean? You don't want to be spending hours looking for something that you should be able to get your hands on in only a couple of minutes. So this leads on to my next habit or my tip, and that is to establish some really good, simple filing systems for not only your digital files, but also for your physical files. So as much as we'd all love to be paperless, there are some things in life that we just need to have the actual original copies of. And that is things like passports, like birth certificates, like any contracts or mortgage or deeds, anything that is an official document that you need to keep a hard copy of. I like to keep it all contained in one crystal file system, and I have shared this on previous videos, but I will insert some clips here. It's one filing box. So I have previously had the huge filing cabinets and lugged them around from house to house each time I move. It's absolutely painful. It takes up so much space. I have downsized everything, culled all the unnecessary paper clutter from my life, and I keep only the absolute essentials. It is all neatly contained in one filing box, in one filing system, and I have absolute assurance that anytime I need to find an important document, I go straight to that box and I know exactly where it is. There's no like spending 4 hours searching the house, hunting high and low for everyone's passport that's saved in a different place. If I need a contract or anything that I need, I know exactly where they are and I go directly there and I can find them like that without spending my life turning the house upside down, running around like a headless chicken, trying to find things that I just don't know where they are. All right, my next tip is something that I like to call pumps and pods, and that is when it comes to products, I am all about the convenience factor, and I will pick 100 times over anything that comes in a pump pack or a pod product over anything that needs to be like unscrewed or opened or is a pain to use. So I am all about convenience and efficiency. So anything that is like shampoo, conditioner, body moisturizer, foundation, toothpaste even, and my favorite recent addition to the pump family, my laundry detergent. I am absolutely in love with that Method pump laundry detergent because it just saves a ton of time. There's no more of that scooping out the powdered laundry detergent that is messy, it is time consuming, and you're putting it in, it's going everywhere. You just grab that detergent, you just pump twice, done. If you don't have access to that, I would highly recommend going for the pods for the laundry detergent. Again, I would rather go for one pod that you just grab one of, chuck it in, rather than scooping out, measuring the messy detergent, or using the liquid detergent. When you pour it into the measuring cup, it like leaks everywhere, it spills, makes a mess. It's a whole disaster. Go for the pods, go for the pumps. They are absolute game changers. They are time savers. You end up, I think, also using less of them because they are like metered or measured, and you're not wasting all that product. When you have a tube of toothpaste, not only is it annoying to have to unscrew it, it's messy because you've got to squeeze it up. You probably end up using 3 times as much as you do when you have like a pump toothpaste pack. I know that I can just pump out the tiniest amount. It is exactly how much I need, and I'm not wasting product. The great thing also is that normally you can refill pump packs. So I have a huge bulk container pump dispenser for my dishwashing detergent, and when that is empty, I will just refill it with a bulk pack, which is saving me money, and it's also saving me time each time I go to use it because it is right there. I just pump it straight onto my little scouring brush and I am good to go. There is no like searching underneath the cupboard underneath thing that you've got to, it's messy, it's time consuming. I like the convenience and the time-saving efficiency of anything that comes in a pump pack. My next time-saving hack, and this is an easy no-brainer for everyone because literally everyone has a mobile phone, and that is to delegate all your mundane everyday tasks and things that you need to get on top of to your personal assistant, to your PA. And you're like, hang on a minute, I'm not an executive of a big organization. I don't have a personal assistant. Literally, you've got a smartphone, you have got a PA, you have got Siri, you've got Alexa, you have got Hey Google Assistant, whatever it is that you've got access to, you've got a PA, and they will be able to do absolutely anything and everything for you and save you time, save you effort. I would highly recommend making the absolute most of your personal assistant. You can use Siri for literally anything. Hey Siri, add a Billy bookcase to my IKEA shopping list.
All right, I've added it to your IKEA shopping list.
Thank you, Siri. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes to clean my kitchen.
Okay, your timer is set for 10 minutes.
Hey Siri, set a reminder for 2:45 p.m. to pick up Riley from school.
Okay, your reminder is set for tomorrow at 14:45.
Hey Siri, set a daily reminder for 9 a.m. You don't need any more food storage containers.
Okay, your reminder is set starting tomorrow at 9 o'clock. You don't need any more food storage containers.
Thanks, Siri. So see what I mean? Thank you, Siri. See what I mean? You can literally use your personal assistant, Google, Alexa, Siri, whoever you've got access to, use them for your benefit. Use them as much as you can to help you save time, save effort, get them to do the boring stuff. It'll help you remember everything that you need to get done, stop you from forgetting those little mundane tasks, and in the long run, it will save you a ton of time. All right, so my next tip is actually a product. It's not a habit hack tip or trick. It's actually a product, and it is a product that I absolutely flipping love. And if you have kids who have ever gone through learning to tie their shoes, you will appreciate this one 100%. So this is a product that is called Hickies. I came across these things on Instagram a couple of years ago. I purchased them for my kids, I've purchased them for myself, and they are absolute game changers. They are replacement shoelaces. So they're an alternative to regular traditional shoelaces, and they're basically a silicone strap that you fasten so you never have to tie up your shoes. You just put them on, replace your laces, and you slip your shoes on and off, and it is absolutely game changing. They are so simple to put on. They come in a whole range of awesome fun colors. I only get the black and the white because I like to keep things nice and simple, but you can get them in a whole ton of different colors, and they literally make putting your shoes on an absolute breeze. And again, if you've got kids, you don't always necessarily want to be stuck when you're running to head out the door. Mom, can you help me tie up my shoelaces? It's just like a total breeze with these Hickies because the kids can put their shoes on and off without having to worry about doing shoelaces up, undoing shoelaces, undoing double knots and trying to redo those shoelaces up when, again, you're trying to get out the door. So Hickies are an absolute lifesaver, and I would highly recommend these for time-saving product because laces are for losers. No, just kidding, jokes, but they actually are really awesome. All right, my next tip is more of a habit than a tip, and it is going to be like, wow, that's a real no-brainer. And that is to have like a planner or a to-do list or just a notebook where you write out everything that you've got to get done. This is going to not only save you time, but it is going to save your sanity, and it is going to absolutely set your productivity on fire. I'll give you an example. On Tuesday, I had a huge day of things that I had to get done, and I could have easily made my Tuesday to-do list stretch out over a whole day, 2 days, 3 days, who knows how long it could have taken me. But no, I didn't want to. I wanted it done on that day. And honestly, I didn't want to take all day doing it. So I put up a list, and I was like, 6:45 a.m. I'm going to start getting this to-do list done. I was serious. I was not mucking around. And I listed literally everything line by line by line, exactly how much time I wanted to spend on doing it. So done by 8:30 a.m., do this, upload this, 30 minutes. That has to be done by 9 a.m. Moving on to the next section of to-do list. So again, it's just line by line, itemizing, listing it out as detailed as possible so that it's exactly there. So done by 10:30 a.m., that will take 60 minutes. Uploading that will take 30 minutes, so that by 11 a.m. done, chill, snack, check in. That is what I wanted to do. And again, this was a lot of stuff, and it was a lot of detailed stuff, and I could have quite easily procrastinated and put off and made it easily turn into a whole 2-day affair. But I knew if I had it listed out and if I had some time limits assigned to each of those bigger tasks, that I would be stuck and I would be motivated to get it done by those times. I would be motivated to get it done by those set times so that I didn't have the opportunity to drag it out. And you know what? When there is a list with a deadline, I am very driven to meet deadlines. I don't like going over time. I like sticking to a schedule. So by putting this on paper, I know damn sure I'm going to stick to it. And you know what? If I go over it by 20 minutes, at least it's better than spending 2 days on these tasks. So I know it sounds simple, but how many people actually put the time and the effort into detailing, putting a time schedule on it, blocking out your time, batching your activities so that you're not only saving time, but you are also making the absolute most of the time that you've got to spend and dedicate to a task. I am all about productivity, getting into action and getting things done as efficiently and effectively as possible. In fact, in my previous professional career, I have been brought in to look at an organization's process and then identify areas for process improvements to decrease cost and increase productivity. So I am all for setting up systems and then going through and really scrutinizing each of those systems, every step, every action, everything that is required to get that task done, and saying, right, how can we improve the process and how can we improve the efficiency? How can we decrease the cost and how can we increase the output? So if you put that same mentality into even your everyday to-do list, like your cleaning schedule or like your to-do list, you will achieve so much more in such less time, and then you will increase your free time to devote to things that you actually enjoy doing and want to be spending your time doing, rather than, like I said, letting your to-do list drag out for all the week and then having no time to do those fun things that you actually enjoy doing. Okay, next up on my list of time-saving life hacks is a simple one, but again, it is something that not a lot of people do. And that is, I share this in my 10 tips for a clean and tidy house, which I think a lot of people who are subscribers to my channel came to my channel because they watched that video. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching it. If you did watch that video and if that's how you found this channel, leave a comment in the comment section below. Just say 10 tips or something, or I found you through that video, because that was a really popular video and it had a very positive response. And one of those tips is, in my house I have a place for everything and everything is in its place, especially all of your really important things and things that often get lost, such as your keys, your wallet, your phone, your security fob for work, if you're a kid, your lunchbox, your drink bottle, your library bag, everything that is of importance and everything that is likely to get lost or forgotten. It has a dedicated home. So there is literally a place for everything and everything goes back in its place. So I have a dedicated spot for my keys, for my card holder, for my handbag, for my hat when I go out walking, for my sunglasses, for my phone, so that when I come home, I go through a very simple routine, taking everything off me and putting it back in its place at my entryway table. That way, when I go to leave the house and I need to find those things quickly, I don't want to be spending 2 hours running around the house looking for my phone, my keys, my wallet, my watch. I don't want any part of that. I want to know exactly where they are so that I can go through my leaving the house process and I just pick up and put into my handbag my wallet, my watch, my security fob. I put everything in as I'm leaving the house, and when I'm re-entering the house, I just do it in reverse. It is a simple habit. Once you get into that habit, you are going to be doing it and it is going to save you a ton of time. I 100% recommend that you have that little coming home ritual where you just derobe all of your essential items into their own little space so that you always know exactly where they are. You never have to look around the house to try and find them, and it will save you a ton of time and it will save your sanity. Going hand in hand with this, I also have, as a second check, by my front door, I have a little peg and it's got a little notice and it's got "before you walk out the door." And this is more for my kids, who I'm sure you can appreciate if you're a parent, you've got kids. They can sometimes forget things like their school lunchbox, like their drink bottle, or their library bag, or their science experiment or assessment that they've got to hand in. Whatever it is, they've often got a long list of things that they need to remember. Rather than leaving it to memory, just put up that little visual reminder, and it is literally as easy as putting a sticky note on the door, or you can get fancy and create one on your computer, print it out, laminate it, peg it by your door, and it is just like that final check. So that visual reminder, before you walk out this door, have I got my phone, wallet, keys, security fob, lunchbox, drink bottle, whatever it is that you have to remember. It is that final check that is going to stop you from having to rely on your memory every single time you leave the house. It is a great reminder if you've got kids, because you're not having to constantly say, have you got your drink bottle? Have you got your lunchbox? Have you got your school hat? Have you got your PE uniform? And the list goes on and on and on and on. And if you've got kids with after school activities or anything that's got band or instrument or extracurricular stuff that you need to take, you are going to appreciate this a lot. Every day have a different list, whatever they have to take that day. But it is that little visual reminder that helps you stay on track, save time because you're not realizing, you know, one kid's forgotten his trombone, the other kid's forgotten his science experiment, so you're having to drive across town to drop these things off to different schools. No, you just have a checklist before you leave the door. How I got everything that I need. Simple as that. Sounds simple. Why isn't everyone doing it? My next tip is not really a tip. It's something that I try and avoid doing, and that is I don't like to move it to have to use it. A specific example of this is it's winter in Australia right now, so I am using my kitchen oven a lot more now than I would be in, say, in summer. So I don't like every time that I go to use my oven to have to move heavy things that could be stored in there, like heavy cast iron Dutch oven or my heavy ceramic baking trays. If I have to move it to use it, it is going to be a horrible user experience. It's not going to be time efficient. It is going to be impacting on my productivity, and it's going to be impacting on my frustration levels because it's a horrible user experience to just use the oven. So I'm going to be, during winter months, looking for alternate places to store my heavy cast iron Dutch oven, to be storing my stack of heavy ceramic baking trays that I could easily store throughout the summer months when I'm not frequently using the oven. I don't want to be having to move it to use it. This could be applicable in a ton of different ways in your home. If you've got, you know, things stored on top of other things that you're frequently using, and it is a pain to have to access those frequently required items, maybe think about restructuring your storage solutions and keeping things where it is not obstructing your use or impacting on your time efficiency of using other things. All right, my next tip, I actually discovered this tip or habit that I have recently developed as a result of watching my YouTube videos back and having to edit all of the footage. So I do a ton of cleaning and organizing videos on my channel, and as a part of those cleaning videos, I often film myself packing and unpacking my dishwasher, and it was through editing me unpacking my dishwasher that I actually first really paid attention to the fact that, hang on a minute, the way that you're doing that, girl, is not efficient. It is time poor. It is a horrible example of how to unpack a dishwasher. So now I pay attention to how I pack the dishwasher, and I like to say that I stack to unpack. So I stack it in a way that it is going to be super easy and quick for me to be able to unpack it. And that can be as simple as packing the things in the dishwasher that are put away to the left side of the dishwasher. I pack them on the left side of the dishwasher. If the glasses and the pots and the food storage containers are put away to the right side of the dishwasher, I will pack them to the right side of the dishwasher. My kitchen is quite tight, so it doesn't leave a lot of room for walking around. I like to be able to unpack the dishwasher pretty much from standing in one position, or at worst on one side and then on the other side. So I don't like to be crisscrossing back and forward doing 10 laps of the kitchen just to empty the dishwasher. It's going to take 10 times longer and it's going to be frustrating. The other thing that I noticed that I did was I double handled a lot of things. So I would unpack them onto like a drying mat or a tea towel that I had laid out on the bench. And I was like, girl, that is not time efficient. You want to be one and done. So one touch, pick it up and put it straight away. Don't pick it up, unload it onto the bench and then unload everything else on the bench and stack up a big pile of dishes onto the bench and then have to go away and unpack it from there and take those things that you've stacked up on the bench and then put them away. That's double handling everything that is not efficient. You want to do it one and done, get it, pick it up and put it straight away. Again, it sounds so simple. If it was so simple, why does it take me until I'm 44 years old to know how to do this? But I observed myself doing something inefficiently, so I'm going to share that little efficiency trick with you guys. Another tip that I have got, which is, again, it seems like a no-brainer, but it astounds me how many people I know keep, for example, their toilet paper, their spare toilet paper rolls in a room separate to the toilet. So they will have their spare toilet rolls kept in like a hallway linen closet down the other side of the house from the toilet where you actually need your spare toilet rolls. And it'd be like, hey, can I have a spare toilet roll? No, you need to store your spare toilet rolls, or at least a good supply of them, in the toilet, in the bathroom, where they're needed, where you need to have them. easy access. It makes sense. Why doesn't everyone do it? Another example that I have for this is chargers. So in my bathroom, I have got a couple of appliances that require charging. So my Clarisonic face brush requires a charger for charging, and my electric toothbrush. Previously, I have stored those chargers separately to those appliances in another room in a closed box miles away, so that whenever it runs out of battery, it's a whole time-consuming effort to have to go and first of all find where the charger is, get it out, bring it back to the bathroom, get the two things together, and then charge it. Nah, not doing that, not interested in that anymore. I have got a small box in my bathroom where I have my hairdryer, my hair straightener, and in there I also keep the charger for my Clarisonic face brush and for my electric toothbrush. So that way, whenever I can see it's flashing at me to recharge it, or it's giving me that little beep beep beep, I just know, I grab it, it's out there, I plug it in, charged, never has run out of batteries. So store what you need where you need to use it. Another example of this is again in the bathroom, and it is if you have like a multi-purpose bathroom cleaner, but it is stored again down the hallway in a linen closet, in the kitchen underneath your kitchen sink, or in the laundry with your other cleaning supplies. It's not going to be quick and efficient and easy when it comes time to cleaning up a simple bathroom spill to just grab some cleaner, spray it down, grab some toilet paper even, and just do a quick cleanup. It's either going to be a whole ordeal to go and find the thing and then bring it back and then get a cloth and then bring everything where you need to use it and then clean, or you're just going to skip the cleaning altogether and just ignore it and not do it because it's all just too hard and it's going to take too long. If you have a little all-purpose bathroom cleaner, got a nice little decorative bottle that I don't mind sitting out, so I will either sit it on top of my toilet cistern or underneath on a shelf, and it looks really nice, it is not offensive, and so I just keep it there so that at any time I need to do really quick spot clean of the bathroom, it's there, it's on hand, it's stored where I need to use it. Can't stress this one enough. Sounds obvious, I know, again, but if it was so obvious, why isn't everyone doing it? Okay, so another tip that I have got is to do things that your future self will thank you for. And I've got a very easy example of this, and this is, you know, when you've finished vacuuming the floor, you've finished vacuuming your house, all you want to do is pack that vacuum cleaner up and chuck it away so you never have to see it again for a week. Before you pack it up, empty out that dust canister and set it up ready so it is ready to go the next time you want to use it. That is what I mean by doing something that your future self will thank you for. It is going to save you a ton of time the next time you come up to use it. You're not going to have to open it up, realize it's full of dirt and dust. It probably stinks by the time you've gone to use it again. Just take that extra 20 seconds to take the canister, empty it out, put it back together, and then before you pack it up. Don't leave it sit there so that the next time you have to go to use it, you've got to go through a whole process, a whole palaver before you can get in and start vacuum again. Just take the time, put in the effort, and your future self will thank you for it. This also goes for things like food prepping your vegetables when you bring them home from the grocery store. When you get your groceries, your fresh produce especially, take the time when you get it to wash it, rinse it, set it out, store it, pack it away, cut it up, prep it, whatever you have to do to it to make it easier and to save you time throughout the week when you actually go to use it. Even just simple things like rinsing off your lettuce and putting it in a glass food storage container so it's ready to go throughout the week. If you pre-chop some onions or peel some carrots and chop them up, whatever, if you're meal planning or you're meal prepping, get that basic food prep work done and out of the way, and then when it comes time to cooking your meals throughout the week, you're not starting from scratch. You've got a good portion of that work, of that groundwork already done, and you're not starting at square one. You've got some things done. It's going to save you a ton of time, and especially when it's weeknights, if you've come home from work, if you've picked up the kids from school, the last thing you want to do is launch into, you know, spending an hour making dinner. If you have those little basics done ahead of time, it's going to save you a ton of time, and again, it's going to save your sanity. So that is it for today's video. I hope you have found at least one time-saving habit, hack, tip, or trick to help you save some time. If you've got any other amazing time-saving habits or hacks or tips or tricks, be sure to let me know in the comments below. It's great to share these things with everyone so everyone can make the most of the time that they have. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It is really great feedback for me. It helps my channel out a lot and it lets me know that you enjoy this type of content, so I am going to be more likely to make more of it. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe before you go. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Have a fabulous week, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone. Whew. I'm sweating. Hey Siri, add a Billy Book. Hey Siri. Oh, 2 phones going off. Hey Siri, add a bully. Hey Siri, add a
I won't respond to that.
Oh gosh, sorry Siri. Ooh. All right, my next, oh, bloody hell, what's going on with your hair, love? Time saving habits, hacks, tips and tricks